What's up everyone, this is Ron and welcome back to my channel. It's been a long time since I've posted a video and there's a reason for that. Now I'm an English major. Previously when I used to post my video I was from science background and I was still in my school, but right now I'm an English major and so I'm no longer only romanticizing my life. You can trust me on that. I started my podcast about a few days ago and you can follow me on Spotify now and listen to the poems and stories that I narrate or recite. Apart from that, my second book is about to drop tomorrow, and make sure you check it out on Kindle. It might be for free, it might be for $100 or so, and it would be a cheap book. You can read it online because it's an ebook. And so, before I drop my third book, which is my first paperback book that would be available on Amazon and Flipkart, I want to start with this review. Enough of my narcissistic self talk. The book that I'm about to review is Hangsaman by Shirley Jackson. Jackson, who was born in 1916, wrote her second novel, Hangsaman, in 1951. But before Hangsaman, she gained popularity by her short story called The Lottery that she wrote in 1948. Now, we all know Shirley Jackson by Haunting of the Hill House, at least the people who belong to this generation, because Haunting of the Hill House was like developed into a Netflix series back in 2018, and since then people are more into Jackson's work, at least the people who were not into literature. The protagonist of this novel, Natalie, is a young girl who loves to write, and in the first part of the novel, I won't going much into the storyline because it would spoil the novel for you. But talking about Natalie's and the first part of the story, we get to know about her passion for writing. We get a little introduction of her family, her mother, her brother, and her father, and how she has a relationship, a different kind of relationship with each of them. And then we discover how Natalie's father, who's also a literary critic, influences her life in a way that she has no control over. Apart from that, by the end of the first part of the book, uh, Jackson hints at a tragic event that Natalie goes through, but never describes it completely. So she leaves us readers at a cliffhanger. Apart from that, when the novel begins, the second part of the novel begins, we go through the dark academia life that Natalie goes on to live when she enters her college. So she embarks on a journey where she is a literature student, she's pursuing what she is passionate about, and we go through the difficulties she faces. And in the third part of the book, which is the last part, we get introduced to a new character that changes her life around. And so I gave no spoilers. That was it. That was all that was in the book. And the book is a reverse Bildungsroman novel, which means that Bildungsroman novels are those novels or stories that show the psychological and moral and physical and spiritual growth of a character over a long period of time. In a reverse Bildungsroman novel, we see how constrained her character gets day by day, how she is consumed by her own fears and traumas. And in this way, this novel is quite special. It's quite mysterious because you see her falling and descending into madness. You can see how her denied trauma that was hinted in the first part of the book goes on to deplete her personality and make her a human who is consumed by their own fears. And in this matter, the novel is quite great. Like, you see that Natalie's character has not much to offer, but at the same time, this one aspect of her personality, this one psychological aspect, goes on to create the suspense or is the only reason why the reader hangs on to read the novel by the end. Now, if you have read Haunting of the Hill House or other short stories of Jackson that were produced after this book, then you'll realize how she gets better at this art of characterization. But in this book, yeah, there's not much to offer in terms of her other characters and how they relate to her life. Yeah, the story is good, and you would love how Shirley Jackson writes about human emotions, but at the same time, she has written better stories. So that's why I'm saying that it's not a bad book, but still, yeah, if you've read Jackson's work, you know how good she is at characterization and plotting and creating the suspense that all the readers of gothic fiction need. And so that was it. And even if you're disappointed by the story or the characterization, you won't be disappointed by the writing style of Shirley Jackson because it's too good. It's too good to read. It's too good to relate to her characters or situations, even though they have not much to offer at times. So that was it from this video. Thank you for watching, and do check out my podcast, do check out my books, and please support me. I'm trying my best to keep up with this literary life. Thank you.